To log into the system, type your username and password and click Login. As a coder, you will automatically be taken to your coding work queue screen. In this screen, you'll notice that you have multiple filters available in the upper left-hand corner. These allow you to show on your screen just the charts you want to focus on for coding. For example, if you want to filter your list such that you can only see the charts that have an extracted image that have not yet been coded, you would use extracted not completed. If you want to see all the charts that you have available in your queue, you can return to the All button. The additional statuses here will allow you to see your completed charts, any charts you may have on hold, and any charts that fall into the other statuses. You may also search the entire coding module for charts that exist by any of these other criteria. So for example, if I wanted to find all the charts with the member name of Alex, I can simply type the information and click search, and it will demonstrate all chases in the system that match my criteria. I can clear that at any time to return to my regular queue. To proceed with coding, I simply click on the green circle with the check mark. This will take me into the coding screen. The upper portion of the screen is my demographic information. This houses the scan chart with that image inside. To open the chart, simply click on the scan pages icon, and the chart will open in a separate window. This window can be resized, it can be dragged to an alternate monitor, and it is available to be placed in any location. To navigate the medical record, you'll use the buttons across the top of the page. The upper left-hand corner demonstrates all of the demographic information. The page numbers are along the left-hand panel, and I can click into a page number individually. I can use the next and previous buttons to maneuver, but most importantly, I need to use the status buttons to ensure that each page has an appropriate status. I will click on the Reviewed button to scroll forward and to identify the pages reviewed. Should I notice that any of the pages attributed to this record belong to a different member, I can use Does Not Belong to identify that this page does not belong to the member in which it's attributed to. Should any of the pages demonstrate a physical impairment, such that it's blurred, cut off, or blank, I can use this Image Issue button to identify the page as having an issue. At any time, if I click on a status erroneously, I can simply highlight the page and change my status by clicking the appropriate button, and you'll notice that the statuses change. To proceed with coding, I return to the coding screen and I proceed to type my date of service. In our system, no backslashes are required. Simply type the date and hit the Tab key. In doing that, you'll notice that the through date automatically populates. For date spans, simply delete the date of service and key the updated date that you prefer to have in the system. Click the Tab key and you'll notice that it is now formatted. Select the appropriate document type from the drop-down list and proceed with your service provider. The service provider will automatically populate with the provider name that is attributed to the chase in the system. This can be changed by highlighting it and simply typing over using the characters that are in the provider's proper name. If you find the provider listed in the system, select it, and if you do not, simply click Other Provider, and it will open up a free text field for you to type the provider's full name and credential. To proceed with coding, click in the Diagnosis Code box. This field is for characters related to ICD-10 codes. Simply start by typing one character at a time until you get to the desired code. hit the Tab key. This will automatically populate the description and any applicable HCCs. You'll also notice the little page number to the right-hand side. This is the page in which the chart is demonstrating at the time you're keying the diagnosis. This means that hypertension will be attached to page 2. If you wish to change that, simply click on the correct page, click back into the system, and you'll notice now that the page has updated to 1. Page 1, and it should update. To the right-hand side, there's a notepad with a pencil. If you click on this icon, it opens up error flags. Simply select the error flags that apply. You can choose one or more, and you can further choose to apply this error flag or these error flags to all diagnoses or just an individual diagnosis. You also have the ability to add some additional notes and free text. Once you've completed coding all of the diagnoses that are applicable to the data service, simply click the Save Diagnosis button. This will populate in the appropriate window box for the year. You have the window panels for 2016 and 2017, which will display your date of service, diagnosis code, applicable HCCs, and the source. This is L1 because this is a level 1 coder. At any time, if you identify that there are issues with the chart as a whole, you can click on this chart notes icon and identify the applicable issue. You can also use the free text comments to further specify. Click Save Chart Notes, and this will be saved with the record. You can also use new functionality with this NCE checkbox. This allows you to capture a data service that is considered a non-codable event. Simply type your date of service and select, if applicable, a document type. Otherwise, when you click the NCE button, you'll notice that the diagnosis level information disappears. When you save, this diagnosis will appear now with an NCE. This allows us to identify non-codable events with a particular date of service without entering any diagnosis codes. Once you've completed all of the coding for the entire medical record, click Done. This will demonstrate specific statuses in which you can use to complete your chart. You can finalize the chart entirely by selecting Complete. You can escalate your chart. You can identify that it has an image issue. You can place it on hold. Simply select the status and say yes. You'll now notice this chart is complete, and it returns me to my work queue to proceed with my next chart. At any time, for a quick tutorial, simply click Interactive Guidance. This offers you the step-by-step opportunity to follow the system when you have charts or when you do not have charts in the system. That concludes the training for the coding module. Thank you.